All right, for more on this, we're now being joined by Captain Alok Bansal, Director of India Foundation, Executive Director of South Asian Institute for Strategic Affairs, joining us live from New Delhi. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, you know what's happened overnight. India launched Operation Sindoor, a resolute response to Pakistan's terror attack in Pahalgam on the 22nd of April. After that, we've seen overnight shelling. Pakistan, of course, has been conducting ceasefire violations for the past 13 days. India has responded. To begin with, what is your assessment of Operation Sindoor?
See, firstly, there was a huge uproar after the Pahalgam attack, and I think Indian public as well as the government wanted to bring the perpetrators to justice. And consequently, India has launched these attacks on 9 sites, and all of them are associated with terrorist organizations. 3 of them mainly Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Toiba and Hizbul Mujahideen. What is significant is that these strikes are not only confined to Pak-occupied Jammu Kashmir, but also to the Pakistani heartland of Punjab. 4 of them are in Punjab, and 3 of them from a region from where most of the recruitment for Pakistan Army takes place. Important is that both Muridke, which is the headquarters of Lashkar-e-Toiba, as well as Bahawalpur, which is the headquarters of Jaish-e-Mohammed, have been targeted. And my input from Bahawalpur tells me that there were huge blasts, I think 4 to 7 blasts, what people have been talking of, and which has caused huge damage in Bahawalpur. We have to ascertain as to what is the immediate impact. Probably it will take some time before we get the input what happened there. So it has been a fairly successful strike. The India's reaction was quite restrained. We did not target any military target or any economic target. The aim was to punish the terrorists and not to escalate the conflict.
Right, Mr. Bansal, of course, we were earlier talking to Lieutenant General Raj Shukla, and he pointed out something that I would like to bring up with you as well, that this is more of a message of Indian statecraft. India, as you mentioned as well, has responded resolutely. It's shown considerable restraint. Of course, it is now the escalatory dominance lies with India as well, just by way of how it's responded to the terror attack in Pahalgam. Post that, we've seen Pakistani forces, we're not talking about the terrorists, we're not talking about the terror infrastructure, we're talking about Pakistani forces who have responded with heavy shelling across the LOC. 3 civilians have lost their lives so far, that's what we know. What is your response to that? As I said earlier as well, the escalatory dominance lies with India. We're of course waiting for the briefing that's set to happen at 10 a.m. But if we were to make an assessment of what's to come in the days going forward.
See, we need to understand that Pakistan has serious constraints because it does not have either the military wherewithal or the economic wherewithal to pursue a long conflict with India. But at the same time, Pakistan's military has maintained a sort of dominance and a preeminence in the body politic of Pakistan. And if they have to retain that, they have to show to their public that they're doing something. So the best they could do was to carry out artillery shelling, especially in southern part of the line of control, where the population across the line of control is not generally favorably disposed towards them. So this shelling has continued and India has started retaliating. But I can tell you that Pakistan will not be able to pursue this because according to my inputs, a large chunk of Pakistan's ammunition was transferred to Ukraine in recent past. And as a result, Pakistan's armed forces are quite low as far as artillery ammunition is concerned. And I think it will be difficult for them to continue this sort of tit-for-tat offensive. Consequently, what Pakistan is doing is that they have launched a propaganda drive where their defense minister is saying that they have brought down 5 Indian planes, they have destroyed a brigade headquarters, they have captured Indian troops, etc. So on. I think this narrative might probably assuage public for some time, but eventually it will fall flat because they'll have no evidence to show for it. And that's the problem. What also remarkable is that as per my input, that all attacks that were carried out were standoff attacks, where the aircraft remained within Indian airspace and launched standoff weapons to target these targets, which have been associated with terror outfits. we did not strike at any other civilian, economic, or military target. So if Pakistan has to retaliate, there are no terrorist camps in India. They are only in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied territories. So if it has to retaliate, it will have to retaliate on some military target or something where the escalation could be severe, and it could come both either in land, sea, or air. So that sort of a retaliation is likely, and Pakistan will find it very difficult to take any action as far as this issue is concerned. And international community by and large has been supportive of India. They want peace to be restored, and as a result, numerous countries are in touch with both India and Pakistan.